Hello and welcome to all you Taurians out there. This is your monthly horoscope for December of 2021. What's going on? Well, it's a very intense month to start with. And it's a lot about you because your ruler, which is Venus, is involved here. We're going to talk about two important things. And it's the solar eclipse, but that is a bit less important for you. And it's also the Venus retrograde, which is as I said, your ruler, but it's with Pluto the whole month. So we're really going to delve into that. Let's start with the solar eclipse, because the solar eclipse is happening on the 4th, in the beginning of the month, the 4th of December. As I said, this is happening in your 8th house, which is it's a house of other people's values. So it's a house of where you share resources with one another, for instance, and whatever those resources are. So it's a very intimate house. It's the house of, and with intimacy, I mean, it's the house that comes after marriage. First the 7th house is marriage, the 8th house is the resources that you share. Of course, these days, not all people are married anymore, but it's what you also, with a business partner, for instance, can share. And whether that is financial resources, whether that is emotional resources of other people that you value, sexuality as well, but everything that enhances intimacy and that has to do with trust as well. Now, with that eclipse there, and it's the final one. You could say it's a total solar eclipse of the sun and the moon together in Sagittarius at 12 degrees, together with the south node. This is something that's been going on for quite a while, when the cycle of the north node and the south node in Gemini and in Sagittarius. Now, this is all about the letting go. So for the Taurians on a collective, this has to do with letting go of your attachment towards someone's support, basically. And whether that is, again, financially, emotionally, sexually, whatever. Knowledge, if it's a business partner, you can it's about their knowledge, for instance, or their money that they put into the business. So all of these things shows that there is a detachment of those things towards more looking at your own value, looking at what you think is important rather than looking at it from the outside and trying to get fulfillment there. So I've been talking for that a lot for Taurians, and I definitely see that in with clients and with people around me who have a strong Taurian energy, that they really are detaching themselves from what other people think, that is also the 8th house, how do other people value you? And I kind of say, it is what it is. What about me? So a lot of Taurians needed to learn through this cycle to detach themselves from what other people think and to come back to themselves, which is a good thing, of course, but that has consequences for a lot of people. So that is an ongoing process that is still unfolding. But what else is going on for the Taurians is a transformation when it comes to, again, their value, what they love, what they need in life, what they love in life. And there is, again, this, because Venus, your ruler, is already in its shadow at the midst of November. So you're probably already starting to feel it. But the Venus goes backwards in Capricorn in around and about the 20th of the month of December. And then it stays so long in Capricorn, which is very unusual because normally it stays there for a month, and now it stays there up until March of 2022. Now, that in itself is already showing, oh yeah, the Taurians together with the Librans, they are going through a very reassessing of their own value, etc., etc. Now, this is a specific Venus retrograde because it touches Pluto 3 times. I mean, in a conjunction even. So normally that is 2 days in a year that we all feel that, that transformative intensity of definitely connections, relationships, what we value, and so on. But now you're going to feel that Venus Pluto the whole month, from the beginning of December up until the end of December. So you are going to express that intensity. You are going to feel very intense and very powerful towards what is important for you. So, and there's nothing wrong with that, but on a collective level, this is all happening in your ninth house. So this will have to do with your belief, what you believe in. Now, one warning here is that the negative side of Venus Pluto is to wanting to control others. I mean, in your case, this is about your belief system, and let's say someone else is having another belief and you're trying to convince them. This is not going to work. So actually, when you feel that is your story, this is all about letting go, surrender, even when it's very close to your heart, and trust, because this is all about trust that the universe will give you what you need, right? Because we don't always know that. That is easier said than done, especially with the things that we don't want in life. The other way around as well. So don't be aware that other people might do that to you, because when in this constellation you are Venus, I think you are experiencing this on a very internal level. You're going through a little, or a big death transformation of self and some sort of a rebirth to be more authentic. If you have a feeling like, I can never be myself around people, or especially in close relationships, the closer they are, the more expressive this aspect is. Then now there is an opportunity. Doesn't mean that you have to take that, but there is an opportunity now to take your power back, to express who you are, and that's going to have consequences for sure. I mean, people are going to react towards that, but it takes courage because you will get out of that comfort zone. Again, I've been talking about that a lot, that Taurians don't like to go out of their comfort zone, but now with Uranus in your sign and so on, I mean, it's inevitable. So although these are all happening in not key areas of your life, it can have a knock-on effect on key areas of your life, because especially that ninth house. On another level, the ninth house is also travel. The ninth house is also teaching, learning. So if you're studying, for instance, this is a fantastic combination, because you get to the root of the matter. You get almost obsessed with what you're studying. I know people don't like the word obsession, but sometimes it's necessary to go through a transformation. Otherwise, you cannot transform. So it's all quite intense this month for you. I know that Taurians don't like that, because, you're the opposite sign of Scorpio, which is a very intense sign. But now you are dealing with, the Venus Pluto is a bit like Venus in Scorpio. So you're going to all these themes of, what is your shadow and your integrity? That is so, so important. Doing things out of control and manipulation, that is really something to be very aware of. Not only to see it from others that are doing it to you, but also your own